Are we all mad here? Or shall we be afraid? I really hope I managed to get your interest because that was my absolutely terrible attempt of getting a YouTube hook as advised by YouTube gurus. But on a serious note, I would like to talk to you about a recent controversy, and I want to dedicate this video to Carl from Please Read Your Book. Carl had a relatively small channel of about 1,000 subscribers, and his latest video got quite a bit of traction to his own detriment. His latest video was titled 4 Things I Wish I Had Known About YouTube. And this exact video caused his channel demise. Dr. Cranky Pants Reads already posted an absolutely amazing video on this topic, and I'll link his video down below. Please watch his video because this video will be less eloquent just because of the limitations of my active vocabulary, and it will be much more emotional because I was very angry when I saw what happened to Carl, because Carl is not with us anymore. In his latest video, Carl was very open and vulnerable, and he was discussing his journey as a Booktube creator and the things he wished he had known before starting his Booktube channel. And those were his opinions. He was ruminating on the nature of his success and the thing that he didn't really feel that he actually achieved any success as a booktuber. And another thing that he was discussing was the fact that he thinks that individual book reviews are not really popular and they're not really doing well. And there are some other points in the video. But this video got lots of traction in comparison with other videos on his channel. And if I'm not mistaken, this video was the most popular. I saw his video, I left my comment, but at some point I started seeing very curious thing happening because more and more response videos on that Carl's video started popping up in my YouTube feed. And people started creating response videos telling why they disagree with Carl's opinions. But was actually Carl wrong in his opinions? And does it really matter? Because the funny thing, from my experience, when I watched some videos by larger booktubers, I saw exactly the same opinions voiced by them that were actually voiced by Carl in his video. Like, for example, about individual book reviews are not really being very popular. I know it's a very controversial opinion, but I know that lots of larger booktubers actually have the same opinion, and I saw it in many people's videos. But the interesting thing, I've never seen a response video with people saying how wrong they are. They just had the freedom to express their opinion without being publicly criticized. And another curious thing I noticed about the responses on Carl's video, if I'm not mistaken, majority of responses were from small and middle-sized channels. And even though, despite this fact, pretty much all these channels were larger than Carl's channel. And I personally found it very peculiar when a bunch of bigger channels start creating a response video on a smaller channel saying how wrong this person is. And another interesting thing I noticed in discussion under the video and response videos as well, because Carl was ruminating on the nature of his success, and he was examining that he really didn't understand in the beginning of his journey how much it actually takes to be successful on YouTube and produce good videos and get viewership. But people started telling him that maybe his motivation lies in the wrong place, because apparently you're not really supposed to focus on numbers, because it's not about viewership. It is about building community, enjoying books and discussing these books with people. But the interesting thing, you can't build a community if no one is watching your videos. I personally don't understand. At one point it became shameful to actually care about how many people watch your videos. It is probably not a controversial opinion by me, but I do care how many people watch my videos because I put an effort in my videos. Probably it doesn't really look like it, but I do put lots of effort. I am a naturally very camera shy person, and it takes me ages to actually film a video. It takes me lots of takes and actually lots of editing at the end of the video to produce a relatively short video. And it takes hours and hours of my time and lots of research and lots of effort. And obviously, I hope that someone will watch it and actually like it. And I think it's a very natural human trait to expect some sort of positive feedback after the effort. It was quite interesting for me because if, for instance, you are watching Mike from Mike Book Reviews channel, his channel is quite big. And in the past, I'm not sure if he's doing it now, but I distinctly remember that in the past, he was actually voicing and discussing stars of his videos because he was invested in his channel's growth. But I think at some point people started commenting that he's just too focused on the growth of his channel, and many people found it irritating. And I think he dropped it, if I'm not mistaken. But at the same time, why it is so wrong for a person to actually want to grow their channel? And the reason doesn't even matter. Maybe you're just doing for the community because you want to build a bigger community. Maybe you want to feel some positive feedback of your actions. Like in my case, for instance, if I put lots of effort in my videos, I want to see that people are watching it. Or maybe you want to monetize your channel, and nothing is wrong about it. But at the same time, it feels like there is some sort of stigma around this topic, that we should be doing it for the fun of it, for the art of it. And obviously we do. We do it because we enjoy it and we have fun with it. But at the same time, it doesn't negate our desire to want it to grow. And again, these are just all opinions, my opinion, Carl's opinion, maybe someone else's opinion, but it doesn't matter. We all have our opinions and we should be able to express them. But unfortunately, all this negative collective response caused for Carl to close his channel. And we may think, okay, maybe he's just too sensitive. Maybe he should grow a thicker skin. Well, maybe fair enough, yes. But there is a flaw in this logic. I'm sure many of you had this situation in your life at some point in the past when someone is maybe mocking you, maybe they're telling you some inappropriate jokes, or maybe they're not respecting your personal boundaries. It doesn't really matter. But when you confront that person and you tell them that what they're doing is wrong, they simply tell you, oh, you just don't get the joke. But I don't think you don't really get the joke. Maybe that person is just an a-hole. And I'm definitely not trying to say here that people that posted this response videos are a-holes, because that's not the case. But you can't just simply say, oh, Carl closed his channel, he's just too sensitive, he didn't get the point. Because the point, I think, was pretty clear when a bunch of bigger YouTubers started posting response videos telling how Carl is wrong. And it was directed at a already very vulnerable person who voiced in his video that he doesn't really see himself as a successful booktuber, and he was already probably ruminating on the nature of his channel, and he was very, very vulnerable in his video. Why don't we just jump on the bandwagon of positivity? Why it should be something negative? I may be wrong here, please correct me that it happens, but I don't really remember many cases, if any cases at all, when there was an influx, an avalanche of videos praising someone else's opinions. Why? Usually when this sort of things happen, it's usually something negative. And we have quite an interesting recent example, which is quite different from Carl's case, but still very telling. I think we as a community are very aware of a recent case with Daniel Green, when he was accused of certain actions, and lots of people started posting accusatory videos before actually trying to wait and understand what happened exactly. And I know lots of people had to apologize after the fact, but we already saw what happened. And in Calk case, I already see that some people started posting follow-up videos, semi-apologetic, trying to justify what they did without actually saying, I'm sorry, at least I didn't see it again. Maybe I'm mistaken here. But the damage is already done. Carl is gone. And even though I really hope he will come back, maybe he will never come back to the platform. Is Booktube actually a welcoming and safe space where we can sit and read and enjoy our stories and discuss and have different opinions and feel safe expressing these opinions? Or shall we actually start feeling afraid? In my personal case, for instance, majority of my videos on my channel are individual book reviews. And there are a few reasons for this fact. Just because sometimes I'm lazy, or majority of the time I don't really have enough time to post different videos, because I have lots of different ideas for videos different from individual book reviews, but majority of them require deeper analyzing and planning, and majority of the time I just don't really have time for it, or maybe I just want to relax and I'm lazy and I just never get to it, unfortunately. But another very big reason why I don't really do it, it is actually the reason for this video, because sometimes I'm afraid. I'm afraid of reaction of people, because I have lots of controversial opinions, and I'm pretty sure you do as well. All of us sometimes have controversial opinions, which is absolutely normal, and it should be celebrated, because that's what makes a discussion more interesting and exciting. But I am, as a content creator, and not just a person, because I am a human being, first of all, I'm afraid of the reaction of people. I don't want to be in a situation as Carl when, for instance, some controversial opinion gets traction and being picked up by an algorithm, and all of a sudden I get lots of negative responses to my video. Because I know in this case, it will definitely affect my mental health. And I'm trying to avoid it because it is already vulnerable. I'm a very camera shy person. It takes me lots of effort to put these videos. And can you imagine the devastation when I put lots of effort in the video and everything I get out of this video is a wave of negativity? And I'm pretty sure that was the case for Carl. And people that were posting this video probably didn't even think about it. Where is our empathy, people? I know that I may sound harsh here. I don't really want to condone any of the people that posted these response videos, because none of them, I know none of them meant harm to Carl. But the collective behavior, when you see that someone posted the video and another person posted the video, why we think that it's okay to just follow up and put more of these negative videos, just pile it up on the person when they're already vulnerable and they're smaller YouTuber than you? Why don't we create this avalanche of positive videos when these sort of things happen? Do we want to be a part of this community and be afraid? Or do we want to actually make this community a safer, a better place where we can actually truly discuss and be free to express our opinions and not to be afraid of these witch hunts? I'm really sorry if I offended anyone in this video. I really wasn't trying to go for it. And I'm really sure that none of the people really meant any harm to Carl. But I want us as a collective Booktube community to understand that sometimes our actions really affect people in real life. And I just wish that we as a community could be kinder to each other and support each other, and not just jump on this bandwagon of negativity just to get some views. Probably it was a very emotional video, and I'm sure I'll get a few negative comments, but hey, even if I close my channel, it's inconsequential. I really want us as a community, even if I close my channel, I still will be reading books and following other people. I just don't want to see this thing happen. I just all of us be safer and kinder to each other. And again, please watch a video by Dr. Cranky Pant Reads, because his video is better. I'm just rambling here because I'm just very emotional and I want just to express my feelings. But his video is absolutely wonderful. And again, please be kinder to each other. See you soon. Bye.